I'm gonna unmute and then we can do a sound check just to make sure everything is running smoothly. Oh, excuse me. Let's see.
Man,
here.
everybody's gassy tonight.
It'd be like that. Alright. So, let me get a few more tabs open. Who wants to do the previously?
So before we do the previously, I think we have a very important thing to handle.
What was what?
Khan's birthday was the other day.
Yeah, it was 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Happy
so
birthday.
we should sing happy birthday to him.
He sounds so excited for that.
I'm good.
I don't know. I do it on the night.
No, I'm good.
No, we're good on sound as well, just FYI.
Appreciate it. Alright.
Okay.
If you wanted to sing him happy birthday, you should have done it the other night.
I sent him a very nice message with a dancing Snoop Dogg.
Okay, well, I was the first one to wish him happy birthday, but you know.
When did you wish him happy birthday?
Is it?
Right.
It's not
midnight at midnight his time because we were on the phone call. So
Why is this a competition?
Yeah, what does it fucking matter?
Different time zones too.
It literally doesn't matter.
Anyway, D&D, focus.
Anyways.
Focus. This isn't a fucking pussy measuring contest. It's just play D&D, please.
Okay, I can do the recap.
Yeah, I'm not doing it this week.
Okay, so we are in the big Emporium, Wonder Emporium or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We go and rest up at Mahadi's shop. Savine has some fun. Hannah pops her cherry. Then everybody separates to go explore different parts of the Emporium. Anna goes to a farm where she is greeted by a farmer who is farming the most disgusting things in Avernus. He then offers them 9 soul coins to kill Mahadi. Everybody, of course, ignores this request. Enya and Savine go to the forge so Enya can get a new rapier, or an enchanted rapier. She decides she doesn't have enough money, so she pickpockets the post office man to get the rapier. Meanwhile, Savine's getting a haircut. While she's getting the haircut, the barber tells her that she is sent to keep the followers in Tiamat in check and asks her to provide intel. She then provides a bunch of personal information, which somehow Savine forgets as soon as she leaves. The shield directs us to go to a wizard's tower. We go to the Mahadi offers that we can have an agent of Mistopheles' help. Anna's like, fuck that. Savine is like, I don't know, maybe. They go to the wizard's tower. They see a bunch of gross stuff. They ignore it. They drive right past it. They're like, no, we're good. Everybody finds the tower. We are tasked to find a potent creature to take blood for his experiments. He was also very rude to Savine, which Savine did not like. We passed by an encampment of devils. We used one of our soul coins because fuck that fight.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
We found an abandoned war machine. We looted the shit out of it, got her soul coin back. Anna found a platinum ring, which Ray and Nox know exactly what it is, but Anna doesn't know, so that will be fun later. And then, as we keep traveling, we found an obelisk. There's a wizard. He's like, oh, I'm trapped. Please help me out. And Savine almost died again.
Again. For the 5th time.
Again.
Simon was the only one that got a positive effect. Everybody else got minor inconveniences, or, like Savine, ended the session exactly how they started. Down.
I mean, she's not wrong. I started it down, I ended it down. It'd be like that.
He's playing a Fall Out Boy song.
It'd be like that.
And that's about it.
We gotta try and do it again today.
No.
We're not going down swinging today?
No.
Alright. Sorry, give me just a second on that.
So, Ashra's game paused for me, Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, we're not rolling anything right now, so.
Sorry, I'm getting some incense burning real quick. Alright. Yeah, no, it's paused because I want it paused.
Nice.
Anyway.
So Con, it shows game paused.
Yeah, we're not rolling anything right now, so that doesn't matter.
I just said that we're not doing anything right now, so I don't need to unpause it. So.
But I mean, I'm not even seeing the menu screen. I'm gonna refresh the page.
Anyway, so. Also, Simon just mentioned you did during the the destroyed Infernal War Machine, you did scavenge what appears to be a small cylindrical tube about 3 feet long that looks like it's made out of glass, and it has a slot that has a circular hole that seems to be something you can slot into it. That ends in a red crystal. Just a little something for you to mess around with if you choose to. But anyway. So.
You keep
you're cutting out a lot.
Am I cutting out a lot? Oh boy.
Yeah.
We caught next to nothing of that.
Okay,
Sorry.
Simon, you found a thing to experiment with.
Yeah. Okay.
I know it's a tube.
Yeah, it's
A
a
tube with like
Yes.
a hole that you might be able to put something in.
I love putting stuff in holes.
Me
Oh my
too.
God.
So let's just point out that Simon is the only male, and now he has something. Now he's got something with a hole that he can put stuff in.
No,
We're
it,
not.
bunch
We're
of
not.
holes.
We're not. No, we're not. We're not. We're not.
no, it's not meant for something like that.
Boo.
Whoa. What are you thinking? Like, we're just thinking, you could throw some, like, pens in there, some, like, pencils.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
no.
an artificer. He's got a lot of
This
pens
is
and
true.
pencils. The hell are you guys thinking about?
Those
No.
are dirty.
Anyway, we're moving on. Alright, so. You all had decided to drive away from the site of the wizard after some of you got struck with ailments or just pure damage as kind of heading off away, kind of driving off into Avernus to figure out what your next play is. The sound of the engine roaring as Savine is unconscious in one of the passenger side things with Lulu kind of keeping an eye on her. The rest of you all kind of up and about if you wish to discuss or figure out what your next plan of action is as you're essentially kind of driving blindly into Avernus. What would you all like to do?
Do we
Provide
have
us
any idea
information
of where
on.
to go for that sword?
They all say it's a fairy tale. But if we look for potent blood from this creature, for the wizard, for this other wizard, not the one that just hurt us accidentally. But he said he could divine the way for us.
Okay, so what constitutes potent blood?
We need to fight a really big boy.
It's either he said a pit fiend or like a Baylor or something like that.
Curse you, Bell.
Yeah, pretty much. He told you guys just a very potent demonic presence. So a Baylor, pit fiend, somehow manage it, one of the archdevils, something along that line that could be considered a very high echelon devil.
Yeah, something big and spooky.
Exactly. And we can also use their ichor to power the machine because, yeah, we're running low.
Sarah, stop it.
She
Oh,
says
I
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Can you
heard
hear her?
Yes.
Yeah.
She says no.
Anyway,
Mhm.
So,
It's
I
ju-
mean, I
it's
guess
just
we
slobber
look for
chops
where
throwing
there's
a
a
fit right now.
clash. Hopefully,
Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
No,
I'll
that's
give her a
fine.
treat. She'll stop. Come here.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying
she's
that's just.
moving on Savine while Savine is passed out.
Yeah.
She's making biscuits on me.
Yeah.
Do I need to
Very
make any
yummy.
question, Con? Do I need to make any death saves?
No, I
No, we
assume
patched you up, so you're stabilized.
you're stabilized. You're
Yeah.
fine. You're just chilling.
Patch me up.
Alright.
I'm gonna assume someone did.
Yeah, she's got the bandage on her. Somebody stabilized her.
I'm gonna assume someone did.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So maybe we need to look for a conflict. Maybe we'll find a big bad boy there and get his blood and ichor.
Yeah. I mean, meanwhile, Savine can rest and, hopefully not
Die.
be dead.
She looks like she's not in critical condition, so maybe some rest will help her out. If she can rest in this beast of a machine as we go down this desolate area.
just smash cut to Savine dreaming right now, and it's just incoherent screaming.
Yeah, it's literally just like, ah. What I imagine it's that scene from, if anybody's watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where Jake's strumming on the guitar with no chords, and he's just,
Exactly.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's happening in her head right now.
Pretty much. I mean, that's all Savine basically hears is
I-
basically like the sound I have going on right now, where it's just the sound of the engine and just the occasional sound of a scream that might be coming from the Soul engine. It's very unpleasant.
Just
Checks out.
like I guess we just keep driving until we find something.
All right.
Yeah, I guess we just keep an eye out for anything large that might be dead to see if we can get it, or maybe at the very least extremely wounded.
I like that idea.
So just wander around Avernus Bling.
How far away are we from the?
I mean,
Well,
that,
how
we
far
don't
away
have
are
it.
we from that original big old battle that was next to the city? Is that a ways off?
It's hard to tell. Because some of the area that you're looking, even if you're driving back in the original direction you came from, you're hitting landmarks and landmasses that you don't recognize. Because one thing you're kind of seeing and acknowledging at this point is Avernus is constantly shifting and expanding. It seems to be basically it doesn't, even if you go in the same direction, there's not a guarantee that you're gonna head back to what you presume is the original location for a site.
Oh, helpful. So I guess we find a way to get to higher ground to look out over things. Is it going to be the best option we have?
Yeah.
Alright. So,
Here comes the
there's
dice
any-
rolls.
Yep.
I would say go ahead and give me a perception check.
All of us?
Who wishes to kind of look out for
Fine.
higher ground?
Okay, give me a moment.
I'm unconscious, so I'm not participating.
No, you are not.
I would say if that's everyone. I would say as you're driving along, Anna, you would notice kind of off to the side a little bit. There's a ridge line that looks like a good place that might give you a better perception of what is going on around you, as it's a lot more elevated compared to the rest of Avernus. Or at least the part of Avernus you're in.
We'll point that out to Simon. I'll
Alright.
point it out to Simon.
You might as well start going that way.
Yeah. As you, kind of drive your way, you drive over and you would see kind of this elevated hill, and as you're like driving over, you get elevated to a certain point, as you would almost as you would see towards the ledge of the ridge, and you kind of stop the vehicle to kind of take a look around. You would see the large open plain of Avernus, as there's different other hills and valleys, but also flatlands where you would see what seems to be kind of rather distant battles going on. Maybe small skirmishes between the forces of the Abyss, as well as the forces of the Nine Hells, as small skirmishes take place. But
Anything that looks like a pit lord or a bay lord or something we can take blood from?
Would I even know what those are?
Give me an Arcana check.
Nice.
I mean, so I would say with those two checks, if you two want to roll perception with advantage for this, because you would know like Baylors and Pit Fiends are amongst the higher echelons of devil forces, and they tend to be Pit Fiends, especially since Pit Fiends are basically the pinnacle you can hit outside of being an Archduke of one of the layers of the Nine Hells. As you are kind of looking around, Simon, from what you can tell from some of the fights, you don't really see any devils that immediately scream like high ranking. You see your typical like bone and chain, like you just see mostly line infantry and like larger monstrosities fighting against infernal war machines that are ramming into them or using their weapons to stay distance from large bloated creatures that spew bile and other smaller creatures from it, but nothing that screams like high-ranking devil from your current spot.
Unfortunate.
As you're kind of
You don't see anything, Simon?
as you're kind of looking around.
No, I don't see nothing.
As you're kind of looking around trying to scout out these battles, you all would hear kind of a slight cackling nearby as you look over and set up near the ridge, seemingly almost didn't noticing it at first. You would see what appears to be a small coffee table set up where four hunched over creatures like that look very haggard in appearance seem to kind of be leaning over talking amongst each other. A small little tea set between them as they seem to be knitting together what appears to be small little dolls as they're kind of like conversing amongst each other.
Walk up to him and be like, looks like a nice tea party.
Gonna dismount and head over to him?
Yeah.
Okay. So you dismount from the
Anna has not learned her lesson.
yeah, you dismount from the war machine, and you would these four large kind of women just kind of sitting around this table as you approach. Kind of look over at you. These kind of long pointed nose, very grayish skin, like almost kind of long black hair that almost looks perpetually like wet. Kind of meet your eyes as one of them kind of gives you a curt smile and just goes, "Why, of course, my dear. It is a good time for a little tea and cooperation amongst others. Wouldn't you say, dears?" As the other three hags kind of nod as one of them kind of takes a sip from her tea. The hag talking to you kind of looks at you and just goes, "Is there something I can do for you, my dear?"
I kind of put a finger on my lip, kind of in a pondering manner, and go, "Actually, there is, if you don't mind."
Of course. How can I help you?
Or just kind of while you've been chilling here, any trouble that we could possibly work with?
We tend to avoid a lot of the conflict that happens around here. This place is always so noisy, and it's very hard to get some puppets together when you have things breathing down your throat.
Fair enough.
She kind of holds up what appears to be a plain-looking, stitched together doll. I will say, though, if you're interested, my dear, if there's anyone you wish to have a little bit of fun
You're
with.
cutting out again.
Oh, okay.
You're cutting out real bad, Con.
I'm moving my mic, see if that helps a little bit. Is it just general
Pointed
cut?
at the doll.
Is it just general cutting out, or just like connection cut out? Is that better?
No, it might be connected
No,
because
it's
you're
like
I don't
streaming.
know.
So.
It might be connection.
Yeah. I probably have like. Yep. All my tabs just went non-responsive. So that's a good sign.
Okay, so she holds up a doll, and that's the last thing we heard.
Yeah. She goes, "Is there... Perhaps might I interest you in getting a doll there, my dear? If there's anyone in particular that you wish to, poke a little bit of fun at."
I mean, I don't really have any ill will towards anybody, so I'm gonna have to pass, but I appreciate the offer.
Oh, of course, my dear. It's not too often that we get mortals down here. It's the least I can offer. Besides, you never know. But if you're really that insistent, I'm not going to force you to change your mind, my dear. After all, everyone has free will.
I don't like the way she said that.
No, I don't like the way she said that either.
Now, if you're not interested in a puppet, my dear, would you mind if you leave me and the girls to have some tea?
It says.
Like,
So,
make sure she's dead by the end of the session.
Oh.
Anna's gonna kind of look at her, curiosity sparking. I mean, I'm always down for getting a memento of Avernus, though. I'm assuming there's some kind of trade for this doll, though.
Well, we will need two things from you, my dear. If you want this to have any use to you, because once it leaves our care, it will
Cut out
unravel.
again.
Once it leaves our care, it will unravel. You need to embed it with some essence of someone. Which shouldn't be too hard if you have anything that belongs to the person that you wish for the puppet to impersonate. But
Yeah,
the...
bro, fake Connie's gone now.
Hmm?
We didn't hear anything the hag just said.
You keep
Yeah.
cut out real bad, hon.
Oh, boy. Am I back?
All I heard was, we need 2 things from you.
Okay. Alright. Well, the puppet will not keep its form if we don't bind any essence to it, my dear. Which shouldn't be too hard. You just simply need to bring something for the doll to impersonate. Doesn't have to be anything contentious.
Goddamn it.
Hon, why don't you try popping out of the VC and then popping back in?
Okay.
Potato.
Is that better?
Well, it remains to be seen.
Okay.
I need 2 things from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something and then bind essence to the doll.
Yeah. We need something small to bind. We need something small to bind to the puppet, because it must take a form. It can't simply remain blank forever. Once it leaves our hands, it will dissolve. So if you have something, or if you have someone you wish for it to impersonate, we will need an epithet of theirs. The other thing we will need is a soul coin. A simple exchange of currency, after all, is useful, my dear.
So, when you mean an impersonation, is this like a voodoo doll?
If you want to refer to it as such, but that is barbaric. It is not simply a voodoo doll, my dear. That is a very plain misunderstanding. It is a part of something, a binding to their essence of oil. Simply referring to it as a voodoo doll is very mortal, I should say. But if that's what you wish to refer to it as, I will not judge you, my dear.
I mean, I can't think of who I'd bind it with, but one of my friends might. I'm gonna go and let them know that that's what you got going on, and maybe one of them will talk to you. And if not, enjoy your tea party, and we're gonna be on our way unless somebody wants one of your dolls.
Of course, my dear. She kind of goes back to messing with the puppet she was showing you.
I'm gonna go back to the vehicle and kind of look at everybody curiously and say, so they're offering like dolls that you can put somebody's essence to, and I don't know, she said it's not a voodoo doll, but it sounds like a voodoo doll.
I don't really carry people's essence around with me, so pass.
Anna's going to kind of look at Savine with a flicker of a dark look before going back to normal, as if she's considering something.
I will end you.
She does want a soul coin though, which from everything we've experienced, we should probably be holding on to those for emergencies. I look at the monk sisters, especially at Vera's, and go, is there anyone in particular that you would like to punch whenever you want?
I mean, not really. No.
Mm-mm.
I'm not. I mean, I punch everyone equally.
Like, if we want to punch, we just punch.
Anna's going to take one more, not as long stare at Savine, but another like kind of weird look before turning forward and going, well, I guess we're going to keep going.
Does anybody notice her looking at me like that?
Are you being blatant there? Oh no.
No, I'm not blatant. It's like flickers.
I mean,
Like the look lasts maybe a second or two.
I mean, that would depend on how perceptive everyone is on the issue.
I mean, I'm just staring at the hag's noses.
It's kind of rude.
Same.
They can't help the way they look. Oh my god. About the only one that would probably notice anything would probably be Enya, but she's already declared that she's looking at the hags. As the hags kind of sit there seemingly enjoying their tea time.
Listen, I could just like punch their noses into a better shape, you know?
They're not hurting anybody. Don't bother them.
I'd be helping them.
This is Avernus. Everybody's deformed.
That's fucked up.
Oh.
I'm not.
We're not from Avernus.
Well, you didn't specify from Avernus. You just said this is.
Savine, you're down. You can't talk.
I would like it to be known that I'm not being quiet about this conversation.
The hags either seem to not mind or don't care.
Okay, that's fair.
I was gonna say, zombie gonna fuck with some more hags. Jesus.
Because we didn't learn our lesson after last time.
It's only 4 night hags in a coven. What's the worst that'll happen?
Night hags. That's what Mama Bendy was.
Exactly.
Savine somehow dies.
Anna's gonna clear her throat and look at Simon and go, well, should we go to the next ridge and see if we see anything else?
I mean, I just don't have any other ideas. This was like the whole idea. So
I mean,
Past this
I don't
point, I
either,
guess.
but I mean, there are other ridges.
Ruffles
I guess
have
we keep
ridges.
searching any kind of high ground we can find and seeing if we get
Lucky.
and can find something.
Alright. So, you all take off. You all kind of take off and give me another perception check then.
Have I still got that weird like true sight thing on? Am I seeing weird shit still?
Every now and then you just see like a random flying like imp that seems to be like seemingly probably delivering a message.
Okay.
Seemingly.
You see the occasional like flying imp that seems to be kind of going around. A few of them kind of seem to get close to you guys, but then when they kind of look at you, they realize you're staring directly at them, so they're just like, nope, and then they kind of leave.
You're staring into their non-existent souls.
Veer's just gonna be like, no, they do exist, right, Con? Like, that's the point in this.
Oh yeah, no, they are there. They're just invisible to everyone else right now. You're the only one that's seeing this shit going off.
Yeah, Veer's just like, does anyone keep seeing these imps? Like,
Gonna give her a look and just kind of like it's not even like a surprise look. It's just like, that sounds about right. Look.
Anyone else have any other ideas to find them?
Not really.
I mean, nothing
I
that's.
can't really think of anything.
who are we looking for again?
We're looking for like.
I would say around this point. I would say around this point, Sabine, you can be awake, just so we can.
But she's a short rest, right? Or is she a long rest?
No, she's not any sort of rest. She is. She's.
I haven't taken. I was just out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Finally woke.
You're finally
It's awake.
As you're driving, as you're kind of driving around, Simon, you would hear something kind of clatter near your foot as something seems to have fallen out of your pocket.
Oh no.
As you kind of take a look, you see a small coin, and on the coin you would see it has it seems to depict a picture of it seems to depict a picture of a grinning Mahadi on it.
I've obtained a Mahadi coin.
Mhm.
I don't
She kind of
really know what.
What does that do?
Do I have any idea what it does? Do I have any idea why it got here?
give me an investigation check. As you kind of take a look at this coin, you would see fallen near it that you didn't notice before seems to be a small parcel. Opening up the parcel and looking at it, ink almost seems to kind of be appearing as though the note is just writing itself. As the note reads, "You all have been such good customers and an enjoy to be around. If you ever need me for anything, throw this coin on the ground and my caravan will find its way to you. Signed, Mahadi."
You just throw it on the ground?
That's what the note says.
I threw it on the ground.
Yeah, this coin has one side of the coin has Mahadi's grinning face, the other having a tiger paw on the back of it.
Definitely save that.
Yeah. I don't know if it's renewable or not. Like if I
That's
can
what
keep
I'm
using
saying,
the
we
same
should-
coin over and over or not.
I think
That's
it's
why I'm
probably
saying
a
we should
one-time
definitely
use.
save it because it probably is a one-time use.
Yeah, we can kind of assume it is. Bank on that fact.
Yeah.
Also, I just used a charge from the healer's kit to heal myself a bit.
Okay, that's fine. Alright. Alright, so you're just gonna keep driving?
I genuinely don't have any other ideas to find
Okay.
large angry demons besides hoping we run into a large angry demon.
I might have an idea
Oh.
on how
What
we
you
can
got?
find a large angry demon.
Oh.
Because I can cast Detect Good and Evil, and maybe that might lead us in the general direction of an angry demon.
What did we just find? Like, a non-angry demon, and we can just ask him for a bit of his blood.
Are there any demons that are not angry?
Yeah, probably.
He's gonna point at Savine's gonna point at Vixera like, yep, what she said.
I mean,
There might be.
what's the range on that though? Like, we're far away from anything.
It's 30 feet.
That's not very far.
Yeah, we're gonna be able to see him at that point.
Yeah.
Alright.
Good idea, though. I like where your head's at.
Hang on, let me see if there's anything else I can do. No, and I don't have the... I'm not high enough for, what's that thing called with clerics where you can ask your goddess for help?
Divine intervention.
Fine intervention.
Yeah, I'm not high enough for divine intervention, so I can't even do that.
Yeah.
Just one more.
Why don't we just like shout really loudly that we're looking for a demon?
Yeah, because that
Maybe
sounds
why
like
not
a
just show
fantastic
up?
idea of yours.
I'm gonna do it. She's gonna do it.
I mean, at this point, what could it hurt?
Right? See?
Honest
Hey,
gonna just
demons!
Honest just gonna
Hey,
shrug her
demons, it's
shoulders.
me, your boy.
It's me, you boy.
It's me, your boy.
We got a yummy cleric here you can come and eat.
Sabine's gonna flip you off.
Alright, How... Okay, so I would say...
It's just like, oh my god, look! Some, like, angelic essence. Better come get it.
I mean, you might as well raise Lulu up in the air as bait at this point for what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
That's a good
You're
idea.
right. You're
Oh,
right.
God.
She's gonna grab Lulu.
Whoa, what are you doing?
She's gonna raise her up in the air and be like, come and get it so we can eat buffet.
But
God, why did I
no!
open my mouth?
What are you...
Veers, put Lulu down.
Shush, Lulu, it's okay. It's part of the plan. You're just the bait. It's okay.
Why am I the bait now?
Can I try something?
What do you want to
I don't know
try?
if this is gonna work. So my thought process is, I'm gonna walk you through it before you say yay or nay. Is, if I cast sending and just kind of be like, any pit fiend or Baylor around, and kind of be like, we have a ring that we can exchange for some blood. Or just kind of be like, did any pit fiend or Baylor drop a ring? We have it if you wanted that.
Just tell them we've got Lulu. God.
No.
Roll me a D100.
Okay.
Oh, good.
I haven't cast the spell. I'm just asking, can I try this?
That's what the D100 was for. I just wanted to have that in the note. If you want to cast it, go for it.
Alright, I'm gonna
Oh, dude.
cast it, and... okay. So,
I've just seen the side quest. How Helen's hurt.
yes. Okay. So 25 words less. Baylor or Pit Fiend, we found a ring that might be your master's. We're in a war machine. Come us. I ran out of words.
Come us.
Come us. Uh-huh.
Now, is this only going to end up
Hopefully
to one
not the right
Pit
thing.
Fiend and or Baylor?
No, it sounds like it's the equivalent
No,
of
it's
screaming out with
just-
a megaphone.
It's
It
just
sounds like we're
any-
about to end up with a fucking orgy.
It's
Come
just
us.
any pit
Like,
fiend or bait.
Come us.
they're gonna
Come
show up
We
and be
found-
like, so you
We
guys want some
found
cum?
we found a ring. Come
You
us.
wanted some cum.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna come.
I hate her. Anyway, as you're as you're doing this, driving around, you get to another ridge, and after driving for a little bit, the ridge is feeling like they should be a lot closer, but aren't. You would find another ridge, and as you kind of prop your way up said ridge, as you're driving up there, kind of stopping to see kind of the sights again, the familiar sight of like the fights continuing on despite driving for what feels like a while. It doesn't feel like you've made any sort of progress to getting to any of the said fights. But sitting not that far away on a small rock, seemingly incoherently talking to himself, you see the familiar form of a bald, wizened man that sits on a boulder as he kind of
It's a rock.
as he seems to kind of be talking to himself.
Hello again.
Hello,
How's the
Boulder
weather?
Man.
As he kind of
Hello, driving man.
like looks at you and just kind of waves his hand, just like hello, adventurers in Avernus. How are you?
We're looking for a Baylor.
Sarah's cute.
Ah, and why might you be looking for a Baylor?
Because we need its blood for purposes.
Why you can
Bloodthirsty.
you can find a lot of blood around here, whether it's Baylor, Small Thing, or another person, or even your niece. It's hard to say, but be mindful of the weather today.
Are we gonna have another meteor shower?
Supposed to be like.
Oh, don't you worry, my dear friend. The skies are clear. You have nothing to fear. So he kind of mumbles to himself
Rhymed.
as you see his rock kind of glowing again, and he just drives off again. No explanation.
I like him.
He's the strangest wizard I've ever met.
He doesn't ever try to hurt us.
I'm gonna try to drive that rock.
But we're chasing after the rock in the war machine now.
No, I didn't say that.
He's already
I said
driven
I wanted
off.
to try to drive the rock.
I mean, it sounds like Simon just wants to take the rock and then try to drive it. Don't see any issues
But-
with that.
The wizard's already gone with the rock.
We'll probably run into him again.
I guarantee we'll find this dude again.
Oh, there's not many people driving rocks in Avernus. I'm pretty sure we will.
Not with that attitude.
Well, anyways,
All right.
is there any pit fiend and or Baylor within our vicinity?
Another perception check, please.
Okay.
Nice.
Even with the high rolls, as you kind of look around, you don't see anything that appears to be high in stature. There seems to be most of the forces that are fighting amongst each other seems to just be the general rank and file, as well as just fodder from the abyssal side, as you're kind of continuing to search down. You do see like commanders in the field, but they seem to be more kind of low-level grunts.
Are
Okay,
they in the
let's-
fighting, or are they like behind the rest of the forces?
It's a mixture of the two, where it seems like the devil forces, like the commanders, are very much kind of leading from kind of general style, where they're on the back of what appears to be flaming mounds and horses, as they. Some of them are involved in the fight, but it seems like most of them are giving more so commands, while the forces of the demonic side are more chaotic, and it just seems it's basically like watching a organized military versus just a chaotic like riot going on. That's pretty much how these fights are playing out, where it's just the devils are like very rank and file, like military grade training, and then you got the demon forces that are straight up just throwing themselves and trying to drown the forces with just pure body mass.
So
Okay.
What,
I
Let's-
might
let's-
have an idea.
what's that?
Why don't we go ask one of the generals where
How about-
their leader is?
Yeah, you want to just stroll up and talk to the demon? Go right ahead.
Well, they're not demons; they're devils. That is an important distinction, because do devils become Balors and Pit Fiends? I think those are only demons, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we'd have to grab someone from the demon side to interrogate them, or ask them to take us to where we want to go.
Take us to their leader.
Yeah.
Yes.
As you guys are having this discussion, you can see a phalanx of devils fighting off this large bloated blob of flesh, and as one of them drives a glaive into it, you watch as it cuts open and more smaller demons come pouring out of it as the unit is drowned in what appears to be small flesh-like creatures.
Ew.
Hey, isn't that what we're looking for?
No.
No. Is that
that-
what we're looking for?
Is it not a Balor?
No, it's a giant blob of flesh.
Oh, it's just
No.
a blob of flesh. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Me
unfortunate.
too.
Well, okay. So, do we think that he would know if we didn't get high-level demon blood? Like, do you think he'd be able to tell the difference? Like, if we just showed up with regular demon blood, would he be like, "No, this is not the right thing"?
I
Probably.
mean, this is Avernus. He seems like a high-level wizard. I'm going to say he definitely will notice.
Okay, so if I were a Baylor or a Pit Fiend, where would I be?
Simon,
Hiding in a castle.
Simon, or Inya, can you give me an Arcana check?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Simon, just
Okay, yeah.
this is just more so me butting very much in. You would know that the name Mordenkainen is known throughout the realm. Like, he's a powerful wizard. Like, there's a wizard, I'm gonna fuck with him, and then there's Mordenkainen, who literally, like, pretty much wrote magic. Like, he's basically, like, outside of Elminster, a very well-known wizard, and someone you do not want to fuck with.
Yeah. I wasn't here last week. I didn't know that's who we were talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. That sounds like a horrible idea.
Yeah, no, to clarify, that's who you did talk to last session, was Mordenkainen.
Oh, okay. Fun fact.
Oh, awesome.
I thought someone mentioned that. My apologies.
No, we did.
No,
did.
I
I mentioned that. Oh, I guess nobody mentioned the Scott.
I had no idea. That's who we talked to. That's
Oh,
very
yeah, that's who
relevant
we talked
information. Let's not try to mess with that guy. Oh,
All right.
yeah, no.
So
That's my bad.
Alright.
I thought you were made aware of that. That's on me.
No, it's not a giant deal. Technically, it's a little detail at this point, but it is relevant to this circumstance. So
Yeah.
all right. Well, should we go back to the wizard that's stuck in the obelisk and ask him to not hurt us?
you
The
really
only
trust
option we
that?
have right now.
It's that, or we grab
mean-
one of the rank and file demons and hope that they can tell us where their boss is, and continue running up the chain of demons and hopefully we
I
get
mean,
somewhere
there
and not
is
die.
another
Yeah.
option that Mahadi told us. We can find the servant of Mephistopheles and ask them for help.
Yeah, I mean,
You guys can do that. I ain't taking no part in that.
I mean, I'm in. I have no other ideas. We can either just drive around in circles forever and hope to God we find one, or we can find help from whoever we can at this point. So,
I mean, at this point, I think finding that servant is probably our best bet.
yeah, the only other option I can think of is we use this coin to get the caravan, hope that it's more than a one-time use, and ask around there to see if we can find anything.
Did you want me to send a message to Mahadi and ask if it's a one-time use?
probably be a good idea.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
No, I do. I can do that. That's why I asked. I can send a message and ask if it's a one-time use, so we don't use it,
I
and then
never
be like,
take
"Oh,
that
we're."
spell. I forget it exists. I never take that spell. I'm gonna level with you.
I
I
mean,
don't know if
You
I've
don't
ever
take
taken it in
sending?
my life.
You don't take sending?
No, I never need it.
anyway.
That is such
Alright.
a useful spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a message to Mahadi.
Okay.
Ask sending again.
Mhm.
And, okay. Hi, Mahadi. It's us. Got your coin. Is it one-time use or multiple use? Okay, thanks.
Almost. It takes a couple of minutes, but eventually you get a response back from Mahadi going. You get a response back from Mahadi, and he goes, "You can use it as much as you want. After all, keep being gracious with the coins you bring. More than happy to come to your position."
Alright, so it's more than a one-time use. We can use it whenever we want, as long as we keep doing the things that he likes us doing, which is the soul coin stuff.
We're gonna run out of soul coins really quick.
Well, we do have a option to get more soul coins, but somebody doesn't want to do it.
I mean, if we kill Mahadi, it's not like we can go back to his Emporium now, is there?
Or we just kill everybody in the Emporium.
There are other ways to get soul coins.
That
We don't have to just raise we don't have to raise this place to the ground. There are other ways to get these coins.
I morally object to that with my body and soul.
I'm not. Look, I'm joking. We're not gonna murder everybody in the Emporium.
I mean, unless we murder the farmer and take his soul coins.
I mean, we could just do that. He's got 9 of them on him. We could just murder the farmer and take them.
Why?
And feed them to the baggots?
Yeah.
Do remember Mahadi has a very strict rule about the Emporium, which is no fighting.
Oh, we can't fight in the Emporium.
right.
God damn it.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
no, but somebody has poison on them that we can slip into a drain. Just saying.
Why is our first option to murder?
I mean, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to try that.
But the main thing is that coin is a multiple time use, so we can use it whenever we want, and who knows, maybe somebody there might be able to lead us in the direction of either a Baelor pit fiend, or we can find the servant of Mephistopheles.
I mean, I can't think
Just
of any
use
other
your-
options right now.
Why don't you use your magical
me.
sending spell to try to summon one of these disgusting things?
Because I'm out of spell slots for that cell. That was my last one to message Mahadi. Until I can rest.
I gotcha.
As she coughs up blood.
Not fair point.
Well, the market, the caravan thing is where we rested, right? That was
Yes.
that's
Mhm.
where
Yep.
we had our long rest and everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why don't we just go there, Anyone that needs to rest can rest while the others gather information and spend the time there. So that way we're just refreshed, and then we can go try to possibly fight a Baylor. So we don't have our healer at 3 health and no spell slots.
I just kind of point at the coin. That is literally what we're talking about, Simon.
No, I'm basically asking, is anyone opposed to this?
No.
All right, cool. I'm chucking the coin on the ground. We're going for it.
Okay. So, as you chuck the coin onto the ground, you see the coin kind of lay there for a moment before it begins pulsating with this kind of reddish energy as it lifts off of the ground a little bit and begins twirling. And as it kind of twirls, giving off this red energy, you would see it kind of pulsating, kind of like almost like a very continuous pulsing. After what feels about 10-20 minutes, you all hear the sound of war engines revving up closer as you would kind of take a look, and you would see the very familiar sight of the war machines that Mahadi uses for the Emporium making their way over to the coin. That's
really efficient.
As you would see, they kind of park themselves about a good 30 feet from where you guys are at, where the coin's at, as the coin kind of stops pulsating and drops to the ground again. As you pick up the coin, you would see the familiar sight of all the different creatures and beings setting up their stands and everything and around you guys as you find yourselves at the Wandering Emporium again.
All right. So, how many of us need a rest? How many people are hurt and or out of spell slots?
I mean, I'm a little hurt. I'm a little hurt, but I'll live. Like, it's not horrible, but I'm definitely a little bruised up.
If we're gonna get Ray full up, then she basically just needs to take a long rest. So anyone else might as well just, rest. Because, like, I'm completely fine. I'm full health. I'll lose my little doodad rock +2 bonus probably, but it's not a gigantic deal. We need to find the information regardless, so...
Anna's gonna kind of shrug her shoulders and be like, yeah, I might as well rest.
Yeah, so anyone that needs to rest can go rest. Anyone else can start divvying up finding information about the Baylor.
Question, did we see Anna pick up the ring from the destroyed war machine?
I don't think she was being blatant about. She wasn't being sneaky.
Yeah,
about it.
I wasn't like being sneaky about it.
All right, Savine's gonna look at her and be like, "Can I see that ring you picked up?"
Anna's gonna kind of shrug, pull it out of her pocket, and give it to Savine.
To discern the symbol, is that a religion check?
Yes.
Okay. And sorry, I don't know why I called you Veer there. Void. I'm sorry.
No worries.
What were you saying?
Oh no, I was just gonna ask, so is it a long rest or just like a short rest?
I mean, it sounds like we're gonna do a long rest.
I planned to try to take a long rest. I mean, if we have the chance to, we should just take it regardless, because we don't know how long it's going to go.
Alright, I'll let you know when it's safe to do the thing, because never know, something could happen. So, with a 10, you kind of take a look at the symbol, and it's not really coming to mind. Like, you clearly know that this is clearly a symbol of some importance, but it's not really clicking in the back of your head currently what it could entail.
Alright, so are we splitting up? People get information, some of us are gonna go...
Yeah, so how many people plan to rest? Out of the, 6 of us? Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, so
Three of
that's
us so far.
Savine and Enya
Mhm.
And Anna.
And Anna, yeah.
and Anna. Okay, then that's fine.
Nice.
That's you three can stay back and rest. The rest of us can go hunting around. That's not going to be a huge thing. That way, we have 3 and 3, and anyone that's hurt is fairly protected. Because I mean, you've got Anna there and Enya who aren't like dying. So
Yeah.
So,
Sounds good.
So you and the monk sisters can go around and try and find some information then.
yeah, that's about it.
all right. So, the information gatherers. Who are you going to talk to? Who do
So
you-
Simon wasn't here last time, so he doesn't really know the options.
Right. You are right. He wasn't here for the Wandering Emporium. So, Simon, there are a few options. There's the Infernal Rapture, where obviously Mahadi is. There is the Fire Snake Forge, where you would see three large snakish creatures that seem to be made out of fire that are kind of working away at a forge, where you would see suits of animated armor hammering away, as well as these small little impish-like creatures that seem to be made of fire, throwing fire at each other and occasionally lighting the forges for the animated armors to work, as they kind of chuckle and laugh at each other. There is a barber that that your party took to Savine to get healed, because the barber does more than just cutting hair. She also is a healer. There is a postal delivery service called From Here to Avernus. And there is a shop that sells primarily demonic ichor with a sign over that's called Ichor's Away. And towards the outskirts of the caravan, you would see set up what appears to be a farm.
Gotcha. Well, my first instinct would be either the barber or the wizard, whose name I'm now forgetting.
Mahadi.
Mahadi.
I'm getting there. Sorry.
I will.
So I'd say one of those two.
I will say the one in charge of Ichor's Way is also a wizard, but he's very deformed.
Okay. I didn't know how much information he would come across. I wasn't 100% positive.
Yeah,
The
no.
barber would, talk to a ton of people regularly and being the healer.
Yeah.
So
you want to go to the barber?
I think so. I'm gonna go to the barber first.
Okay. Do you all want to go as a group to the barber, or do you want to split up and talk to different individuals?
I think since we're already split in half, like the whole party, we should probably not split up further in case something does go south.
Okay.
Well, there's not supposed to be any violence in this place,
You
right?
never know.
All right.
It's a rule. It's a rule that we're not supposed to, but that doesn't mean somebody won't. Somebody who tried to hire us to kill the dude that runs it.
To which he was very nonchalant when we told him.
Right. So, like, I don't trust it to not happen.
Fair. Yeah, so I'm gonna head to the barber. You guys can come if you like. You guys can go talk to your own people. You can pair off together if you want. So
I'm gonna go with you to the barber. I don't think we should split up more.
all right. Beerus? Good talk. You're coming with. I think she might still be AFK.
Probably.
Yeah.
Most likely.
And yeah, let's roll up to the barber.
All right.
So just to clarify, Sabine, UI, and Inya are not resting. We're going to gather information and then rest.
I mean, I'm not going anywhere because I'm at 13 HP, so I'm just gonna go back to Infernal Rapture and just kind of vibe.
Yeah, I kind of just assumed that y'all would just...
I might talk to
Begin
Mahadi,
resting.
but like other than that, I'm not gonna like wander around the Emporium.
I don't really. I mean, I'll go with you then.
I mean, we thought that was kind of the plan. The three of us that
I
are
was just
hurt,
making
we're
sure
gonna...
because when he's talking about splitting up as a group, I was confused.
Well, we're already split, but he meant more so like, did he want to split off from the Monk Sisters?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's what I was asking. Are we doing a group communication, or are we splitting up to do the communication? That's what I was asking. But
All right.
so the first step is the barber. So as you and the Monk Sisters enter in the...
Whatever, and you guys would just rest.
Nope.
Huh?
You cut out their con.
Oh, I was just saying. I was just saying. So you and the Monk Sisters head to the barber. You would see the familiar form of a kind of thin, kind of chocolate-skinned woman, very, very nicely dressed. Warm smile on her face as she sees you three enter in, as she kind of gives you all a smile and just goes, "Welcome to the barbershop." And she kind of looks at you all and just goes, You're really quick to come back here. I would have suspected you would have been out in Avernus for a bit longer before using the coin that Mahadi gave you.
Yeah, well, the issue is we have to go find a Baylor or a Pit Lord and get some pristine blood from them. And we've been driving around for like hours and we can't find nothing. So we came back here hoping that someone here might know something. So we came to ask you. You have any ideas? Heard anything?
Pristine blood. I am assuming then this is for some sort of magical divination.
Yep.
Well, I unfortunately do not know of any powerful demons, but I do know somewhere where you might be able to get some.
Ooh.
It's
Okay.
problematic, but I think if handled properly, you should be able to deal with the problem just fine. If the rumors I've heard about, I'm not sure how much your friend Savine has told you, but I did give her a name of someone that might be of interest to your group, given some of you have, and she kind of points to where, kind of points at her neck as she kind of looks at the Monk Sisters. Might be able to deal with that. If I recall correctly, there is a powerful follower of Tiamat by the name of Arkan the Black, Arkan the Cruel, that, if rumor serves correctly, carries a vial of his goddess's blood around his neck. Perhaps you can acquire that from him somehow. That should count for your potent blood, if that is what you wish.
Yeah, that probably fit the bill. Can't imagine it wouldn't.
I mean, in his divine dragon god blood, that should be more than sufficient.
And if it's not, we're not getting anything better than that. So, yeah.
That is fair. Outside of, I'm not sure of how willing Arkan is willing to part with said blood, but However you wish to go about it, I would just advise caution. If the rumors I've heard about Aachen are true, it's not going to be easy.
I'd be more surprised if it was easy, to be honest with you.
That is very much true. Nothing in Avernus is as simple as acquiring it. Otherwise, I would have a lot more customers. She kind of chuckles to herself.
Yeah, we tried to sit down for like an hour 2 days ago and almost died. So yeah, that's how Avernus did it for us.
I mean, if Avernus was hospitable, I think I would see more people around here, and I would have a lot more business cutting hair. But here we are. Besides, I do enjoy the company that you and your friends bring. It is rather nice to see that such kind souls are around here. Not too often that people can find the Wandering Emporium and not be a little roughed up, considering last time. How is everyone doing otherwise, though? I know, last I saw, Mahadi seemed to have taken care of you guys very nicely.
Yeah. So far, so good. Cleric is once again near dead. Otherwise, we're pretty alright.
I see. Well, I wish her the best of health.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your information. Do you need anything in return, or...?
I do not require anything. Having a pleasant conversation is more than enough payment for me. She kind of gives you a warm smile.
Oh, you are an angel in this absolute hellscape that we're currently in. Thank you.
Oh, please. Please. If I was an angel, I would have been hunted down by devils long ago. Besides, I don't think Mahadi would enjoy my company if I was one.
Well, you got me there. All right.
Do take care.
Find the others and chill.
Do take care of yourselves. If there's anything else I can do, just simply ask.
Will do. Thank you.
Alright. Is Virus back? Because I have some information to part to her. If not, it's fine.
Like it.
No. Yep, that's fair. So, do you wish to talk to anyone else, or do you wish to just reconvene with the group?
Kind of curious why that guy wants us to kill Mahadi, but I also don't really care enough. So I'll probably just regroup.
Okay.
I'm curious, but also, whatever.
That's up to you. But if you want to just reconvene with the others as they're kind of resting at the Infernal Rapture, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, we can go back and tell him what the current plan is. Tell Savine that we learned about the man whose name I just immediately forgot.
Arkin the Cruel.
Yeah, that guy. Sorry, I'm not on the ball today. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. No need to apologize.
Ugh. But yeah, tell Savine about him because she obviously has some idea of who/what he is. And maybe Mahadi can give us some kind of information or point us in the right direction instead of wandering Avernus looking for a random person.
Yeah, that's
fair.
Valid idea. Yeah.
Alright. So, so I would say the ones that are resting, you guys find easy leisure in the Infernal Rapture. Obviously, if you wish to pay for food, obviously that will be a soul coin, but for the most part, Mahadi is letting you guys just hang out and chill. As the you would see Simon and the Monk Sisters make their way back, sit down at a nice table that's set up. You guys would see there's quite a few more people this time around. Just seems to be random demons, not random devils that seem to just kind of be sitting here, kind of probably people that have ventured away from the Blood War a bit just to enjoy themselves as you all sit down and have the table to yourselves.
All right, so here's the deal, and I'm just going to inform everyone of what we've learned. Like, Savine, any thoughts, ideas?
I mean, we could do that. I do remember her talking about him in our conversation. I have her name written down. I forget what her name is.
Bernie.
Bernie, yeah. I do remember Bernie mentioning him, so we could try and find him. The only thing is, what do we think he'd want in return if we tried to bargain for the blood?
I mean, I feel like he's going to take one look at her next and decide that he's not going to give us anything.
So any idea how to find the guy?
I mean, we could ask Mahadi.
Works for me.
Alright. Gonna ask Mahadi about Arkan.
Yes, sir.
Alright, you
Please help us.
yeah, as Mahadi's kind of sitting there taking a hit, you ask him about Arkan, and he kind of leans back a little bit as he just kind of goes, I do believe, I've heard that name before. I do believe there is a tower that him and the followers of Tiamat like to use. They're out... Kind of thinks about it for a moment. For the most part, if you find anything Tiamat related, I'm sure you would find Arkan there. He is not what you would call the most subtle of beings.
What does he look like?
Well, he's dragonborn, kind of red scales, but he does have, if I recall correctly, in the rumors that to be true, outside of the paraphernalia that makes him very marked by the blessings of Tiamat, I believe he does possess a rather unique item that makes him rather dangerous.
Yeah, he's got the blood of Tiamat around his neck. Bernie told us.
That he does. And very much the guise of his god watching him. But I think you would know what I think you will know once you see him. He doesn't exactly make himself very hidden. If I recall, he wears a very blatant plate armor dedicated to his goddess and wields a giant axe. And
Also, you know anything about an old wizard that drives around on a boulder?
It's a rock.
It's a rock, yeah.
Oh, the meteorologist. Yeah, I know of him. Strange fellow.
Do you
Is
know
he an
how
actual?
he drives the rock?
That too.
I'm not sure. Most of the sources that I've heard that I've tried to communicate with him gives rather vague descriptions, and then the rock seems to take him everywhere. I'm assuming some sort of arcane magic, whether he enchanted it himself or someone or something is, for lack of a better term, fucking with him. I can't say for sure.
Speaking Speaking of magic and fucking with people, have you ever heard of an obelisk where a poor wizard is entrapped in?
I think, if I recall, I think if I recall correctly, Eliak knows about a bit more about that. I remember him. He's the one that sells the demon ichor. He would know a little bit more about the wizard fellow. I mean, I've heard of it, but he never gave any details. Eliak is a bit of a odd fellow, minus the lack of ears and tentacles for fingers. Good salesman, though, if he can understand you.
Why wouldn't he understand us?
Why, he has no ears! Do you not look at his face?
I haven't gone there yet, so I haven't seen him, no.
Well, now you know. Just be careful. Just be sure to speak real slowly. If you talk too fast or too loud, he cannot understand you.
Oh, he reads lips?
Of course. How else is he supposed to sell if he doesn't know what you're saying? That would make him a rather bad salesman, wouldn't you say?
Well, I mean, a lot. I ran across a salesman that did like telepathic communication. So
We can't all be as blessed with telepathic communication.
fair enough.
Why would talking loud matter since he has no ears and he can't hear anyway?
As
He
he,
said fast, not loud.
Oh, fast. Okay. I thought
Well-
you said loud.
I did say loud, but I guess to some degree, it says it makes his head hurt. I think he can't hear it, but I guess it still makes his head hurt. Can't
My bad.
yeah, can't say for sure why that is. He never elaborates. But I don't need him to always tell stories. That's why I have Bernie. She tells him great stories. He's there to sell oil to those who need it for their war machines.
All right.
Well, I think after we rest, maybe we talk to Tentacle Fingers.
Go for it. Maybe we can fuel up our war machine too.
There you go. That sounds smart.
Alright, so, you wish to all take a long rest?
Yep. Well, we have the chance.
Alright, do you wish to spend a soul coin to gain the benefits of the food that Mahadi provides?
Nah,
I don't know what the benefits are.
we get a +5 temporary health.
Well, it could be more. Basically, the food is enchanted with a Hero's Feast spell.
Oh, neat.
I mean,
How many
but
soul
it's
coins do
probably
you have?
We have like 5.
We have 5 soul coins.
So we should probably use them sparingly.
That is.
I think we can probably skip on the.
I was actually gonna say we might be okay too, because
Okay.
we have 5 of them. We keep at least 2 for emergencies of getting away from things, speeding away with things.
No, we have 3 soul coins left.
Oh, we only have 3. Someone
We
just
only
said we
have
had
3.
5.
No, we only have 3 because I made a note of it last session that we only have 3 soul coins
Yeah.
left.
Oh, well then never mind then. I was operating under the assumption we had 5.
No, we only have 3.
Then unfortunately, probably not.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask. Alright, so. So you all take a moment to rest. As, go ahead and give yourselves a long rest.
All of us? Or
Yes.
is it just the 3 of them?
Whoever's all participating in long rest, which I assumed
Yeah.
if everyone wishes to take the long rest, you're more than welcome to.
Beerus probably wants to take the long rest, but she's not here to say so.
Alright.
Yeah, I would assume she wants it.
Okay. Well, you guys are rolling that real quick. I'm gonna check something real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I say that we want to try to not drop below 2 soul coins.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Trying to see what spells I want to prepare. I think I want to take off that one for now and do Spirit Guardian.
Alright, I'm back.
Come back.
Alright, is everyone here, or?
Mommy's still gone.
Yeah.
She's been gone for a minute.
Yeah, she has.
Do you want to give her the long rest?
Yeah, give me a second. How much you want to bet? Hopefully she didn't fuck off and fall asleep.
That
Where'd
would
she
be
go?
awkward.
I don't know, she put BRB in Foundry and then just hasn't come back.
Yeah, that was 35 minutes ago.
Oh.
Hopefully she's okay. But, alright, so. You all take a moment to relax and enjoy yourself at the Infernal Rapture, as you don't take the offering of food or relaxation. You simply vibe.
Can we smoke
Can
hookah
I-
for free?
Hmm?
Can we smoke hookah for free?
If you want to enjoy any of the pleasures, that's a soul coin.
Never mind.
No
Can
hookah.
I talk to Mahadi? Can I talk to Mahadi?
Yeah, of course. You, what were you wanting to approach him and talk to him about?
I was gonna ask him two things. I was gonna ask him about the ring, and then I was also gonna ask about the Servant of Mephistopheles as like a backup plan.
The ring. Okay. That was the one with the symbol on it, correct? Just
Yeah.
yeah, you kind of show him the ring. As you kind of show him the ring, he kind of takes a look at it and he just goes, "It's a rather quaint little thing. Where did you happen to find this?"
We found it in a destroyed war machine.
Looted it off some poor soul.
Yeah, I mean they were dead, so yeah.
Fair enough. You do what you have to do to survive here in Avernus. Were you looking to sell it or anything?
I think the biggest thing that I am interested in knowing is who does that symbol belong to?
Kind of takes a look at it, and you see him kind of pondering for a moment as he kind of stares at it, and he just goes, "That is an indicator for someone that serves the Lord of the Nine Hells, Asmodeus. So, probably the poor sap that you robbed this from was one of his agents skulking about. They tend to be everywhere. They have a keen eye on the way things are going in the Blood War. So it doesn't surprise me if a few of them either serve willingly or unwillingly under him and just keep an eye on things, or maybe cause a few problems for the demonic forces. As he kind of like, you see with his finger kind of like gently just kind of twirling the ring.
If I was interested in perhaps selling, how much would it go for?
I believe that would be a discussion to have with my smiths. I'm not someone that is keen on buying rings off people, but perhaps you can ask the salamanders about what they think they want it for.
I'm not saying I'm going to, but okay. Also, that servant of Mephistopheles you mentioned, where do they hang out to?
Well, they... if the rumors from what I've heard is correct, it's very hard not to see them. They, if I recall correctly, is a... look out for a mirror. Look out for a mirror and some snow.
That would not be hard to miss in Avernus.
Exactly. Most things that you're looking for tend to be the things that stand out, but the more exciting things tend to be the ones that don't stand out. But,
That's fair.
yeah, simply keep your eyes peeled for any weird snow events going on, and you should find the mirror pretty sanctimoniously.
Good.
Simon, do you want to go to the Icar store and get our war machine filled up?
Yeah, we should probably go look into that.
Alright. So you approach the Icar shop. You would see this kind of small little alchemy kind of style area, and you would see standing there is a human man kind of dressed in what appears to be wizardly robes, but you would see that his arms are just these long tendrils that end with his fingers on the end of them. And he has no, and he very much does not have his ears. There are just holes where his ears used to be. As he kind of looks at you.
We're just trying to fill up our war machine right now.
How much you need?
That's a good question.
How much do we need, DM?
Would my character know that off the top of his head? At least have some.
I know, what was it? I think I established you had 3 days worth, and I think you gave about half that to Mordenkainen. I would say you are pretty low. Like, you probably would have not been able to drive all day before running out. So we'll say half a day.
Okay, yeah, we've only got about half a day in the tank. So,
for a day's worth, I can give. It's going to be 100 gold.
Hannah's going to kind of cough at that.
What? So he kind of looks at you.
how much gold does my character even have?
That's quite a bit, sir.
demon Ica is not the easiest thing to extract without going into the battles and blood fields yourself.
I never gave my character money.
Oh Jesus!
I am. If you don't keep track of your money or remember how much, I'm canonically considering you broke ass.
I never did it when I made my character. I totally forgot about it.
You broke ass bitch.
Oh Jesus Christ! I'm gonna kind of put my hands together and go. Thank you. We will be back.
All right.
I'm gonna go back to the Infernal Rapture up to Enya. Kind of pull her to the side. Hey, Enya?
Yes.
Okay, you know how you were able to forge that rapier after a little, adventure in the Emporium?
Yes.
We need you to go on another little adventure in the Emporium.
Sure. What is it?
We need 100 gold for a day's worth of fuel for her machine.
All right. Yeah. I'll do it.
She's gonna pat you on the back and be like, "Good girl."
Anything I can do to help.
I do want to know that I very much recall you guys actually having money, but you refused to spend.
2 gold. I spent all my gold on getting a new armor set after I was forced to leave my armor behind in that place.
You were never forced to do anything. Anyway.
I mean, I'm sure if we pool our gold, we have enough between us. So Enya doesn't have to do Rat Rogue shit.
I have.
Yeah, but that's what she's here
will be
for.
of no help.
I guess my question would also be, would you try to steal from anyone in particular, or would you rather, or are you just gonna find anyone that you can take from?
Yeah, kind of just whoever's around.
If follow me here. If I kind of go with her without being next to her and distract the people she's talking to, can she roll the sleight of hand with advantage?
I mean, depending on, I would say you'd have to give me a performance check for the distraction. We can go from there.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try that.
Nope.
While they're doing this, I'm gonna go to the blacksmith.
I do not feel confident in that.
So Enya, if you want to, you can give me a sleight of hand.
Alrighty.
Well, let me roll for the vendors and see which one you bother.
Okay.
Bother.
Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 people. With the 23. So, this is an interesting situation. So, I'm going to present a choice for you here, Enya, because the most prime optimal target you would see is Elak, the vendor for the Icar shop. So I'm gonna give you a choice here. Do you want to steal the gold, or do you want to actually steal some Icar?
Let me actually. I mean, I would probably just want to go straight for stealing the Icar, right?
Okay.
What do you
That's
guys
what we're
think?
getting the gold for.
Yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
It'd make more sense to just steal that, and
All
I
right.
think.
I'm gonna make a roll for him, see if he notices you.
Uh-oh.
This could go bad.
This could go really bad.
And this is how you keep that.
Yep.
Okay.
Ass cheeks clenched.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. So, are you being... So I guess my question is going to be, are you trying to be greedy or are you trying to be conservative here?
Given the situation, probably conservative.
Okay. So I will say successfully you would have nicked about 3 days worth of fuel from him.
Damn.
Nice.
So you would be able to go up to his counter as he seems to be preoccupied with his mummerings as you grab what are 3 flasks of demon ichor and you're able to pocket them.
Oh yeah.
There was a small part of me that was gonna be like, oh god, I'm gonna roll and they're gonna roll for the barber and it's just gonna be tragic.
Not the barber.
No, we can't steal from that nice lady.
No, we can't steal from Bernie.
No.
Tentacle man all day.
Yeah.
Bernie, no.
No,
Bernie.
we can steal from a man, not a woman.
Damn.
So I would like to posit that this is how Enya stole from him. She snuck up behind him and put a bucket on his head.
Oh, the Skyrim method.
Like, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you nick 3 things of fuel before kind of absconding off. You believe that the wizard has not noticed you nicking some of the fuel as you kind of scurry off. We will cut to the forge as you would see the 3 salamanders kind of working away, one of them noticing as they kind of slide over to see what you were seeking.
Just looking for pricing. Not sure if I'm actually gonna sell. But how much would you take for this? And she's gonna hold up the Asmodeus ring.
The figure one of the salamander kind of taking the figure, kind of taking the ring and kind of looking at it as he kind of looks at it and just goes, 75 gold. As a bolt of fire whizzes by his head.
What?
As you're thinking about a bolt of fire whizzes by your head.
I'm just trying to.
As you would see one of the small little imp creatures laughing as it's cackling to itself as it runs off.
Just trying to decide, would she sell it or would she keep it?
You can always keep it and then sell it later.
Yeah, she's gonna take it back and be like, I'll consider the offer. Thanks for letting me know the price.
Of course. As the salamander turns around to look at the little fire elemental as it kind of scurries off.
As she walks away, as she puts it in her pocket, she's gonna slip the ring on her pinky finger.
Okay. Alright.
Don't know if it's gonna do anything, but she's gonna put the ring on.
She explodes. I'm kidding.
Stab on the hair. Asmodeus shows up and is like, "My love, we're married."
It's gonna.
Put it in your finger. Suddenly, the pinky's gone.
It turns into a giant tentacle.
It's gonna be the Dragon Ascension ring all over again, where just put it on, just immediately disintegrated.
Disintegrate. R.I.P. R.I.P. Savion.
Nah, turn her into a were rat. She loves that shit.
No.
Don't you worry. I have plans for that. Anyway.
No, please don't turn me into a were-rat. I avoided it once. Don't do it to me, please.
Barely avoided it once.
You've been bullying me so much, honey. Please don't.
I've done nothing. Anyway. So. I assume everyone will reconvene, or is there anything else anyone wishes to do, or any interactions anyone wishes to have?
Until the barber, she's great, and then go back to everyone else.
Oh, I will tell her about... No, because she's the one who told us about Arkin, so never mind. We're just gonna go.
Okay. Yeah, Simon just pokes his head in. She's like, "You're great," and then just kind of leaves. She kind of just gives a smile.
He's just very confused, like, okay.
You see her with a warm smile. She gives a wave as she goes back to what she was doing. So, I assume the party reconvenes as Inya slinks back with the goodies.
Yes.
It's going to get Inya fist bump.
Yeah, I got 3 days of Icar here, you guys.
And I'm assuming you're going to a location where certain people, like, I don't know, Mahadi doesn't hear that you just stole from one of his vendors.
Of course.
I'm assuming we're back to the war machine.
Okay, that's fair.
You got
Yeah, no,
3
we
days.
went right to the Infernal Emporium and did it right in front of him.
She got 3 days, apparently.
Oh, you're the best little thief I ever saw. You rock.
Thanks. Here you go.
Yes, you.
So, guys, can we appreciate that our, like, designated thief does not have the thief symbol on her neck?
No, she does. She's with us. She was with us.
Yeah, literally the only person in the party that doesn't have that mark is Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot that you were with us for that. We met you in there. That's
Yeah.
That was like the second time, I think. So it was really soon after I joined.
The only one who doesn't have it is Simon. He's not branded as a thief.
I'm still a pure
You're
little
lucky,
boy.
Simon.
He's a pure little boy.
Tattoos
Okay,
in my
fair enough.
Christian Minecraft server.
that's fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, we know the general direction of where we're needing to head, right? The Tiamat Tower.
The Tower of Death the Tower of Certain Death for us, Brandon the Mark. Yes.
All right. So, I assume everyone mounts up onto the war machine to head out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you all mount up, refueling the war machine with the ichor that you have stolen from the vendor, as your next objective is made clear, as it seems like the wizard that you talked to was a bust. So you go for the servants of the Dragon Queen, as...
Oh, I was going to ask about the wizard to the dude, but fuck that wizard, so never mind.
I mean, do you want to ask? Before we...
Nah, fuck that wizard.
Okay, fine. So, as you mount up and pull away from the Emporium, as driving off into Avernus, you head out searching for the Tower of Tiamat. And I honestly think that is a good point to call it, since not only is it late, but I have to get up extra early, so I would like to get some rest.
That's fair.
Yeah, and plus it gives me
Roping, huh?
plus it gives me time to think about how to deal with the Tiamat situation now that you guys are branded. So, anyway,
Yeah, we are.
thank you all again
And
for.
Simon, we can't cover up the brand.
Yeah, so that's
Mhm.
that's totally not going to come up or anything. We'll have to see what happens next week as you guys head over to hopefully find the tower and bargain with this Archon.
Arkin Bargain.
I feel a conflict coming on.
Oh, 100%.
It'll be fine, I'm sure.
Sabine's gonna go down again.
That's fucked up to say.
That's
I'd be
fucked up.
surprised if she didn't.
Fucked up.
Same.
All right,
That's fucked up.
I'm gonna end the stream. Have a good night, everyone.
Good
night, everyone.
night. Good night.